Hello, my dear and beautiful friends. I just wanted to wish you a really happy OSTARA if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. It is the official first day of spring. Of course, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, then you are entering into autumn, and I wish you all the best for that too. But we're going to be focusing on the blessings coming in through the shift of the season at this present moment in time. This isn't going to be a massively long reading, but I just want to get some cards, get some energies about the good coming in for you, and just to feel that stirring of spring magic. So as ever, I've got 3 piles today. It's a collective reading, so take as long as you need to tune into your intuition. We have 3 different crystals. We have pile number 1, which is the labradorite. Don't know why that's making the light flicker like that, but that's really interesting. Pile number 2, we have the white howlite. I should just say howlite because it's naturally white, but sometimes it is dyed. So we have howlite for pile number 2. And for pile number 3, we have selenite. So as a reminder, all of my information and links are in the description box below. These are my official links and the only ones that I have to my social media, Patreon, my stores. Anything else or anyone else asks you for money in any other way, it isn't me. So please be mindful of impersonators and scammers, and not just of me either, but other readers as well. So with that in mind, feel free to pause the video if you need to, and I will see you in your readings. Okay, pile number 1, you were drawn to the labradorite today, and I don't know why, but when I held this up, it was making all kinds of crazy stuff happen with the lighting when I was doing the pile selection. I love labradorite. It is one of my favorite crystals. I'm just trying to catch the flash view on camera, but let's get into it. Don't want to waste your time. This is a collective reading. We're just going to look at the blessings are coming in, if I can get my words out, at this time of year, at the turn of the season, either spring or autumn, depending on where you are. Let's get the most beneficial messages and the good vibes coming through for you. I've got some oracle cards. We'll do those first. I'm going to use my beautiful oak, ash and smoke, ash and embers deck, and then we're going to I might do some runes with those as well. But as a reminder, if you'd like a personal reading, please feel free to look at my information below. Let's get into it. Okay, we've got Sanctuary. Take time to breathe out. Your dreams need a practical plan. Gula Healing and Benzai Zen Beauty. Okay. Let's just tune into these. It feels like the blessing that's coming in for you is a time of peace. It's going to be a time when you can ease off a little bit. You could have felt like you've just been pushing and pushing and trying to progress and move forward with things for months. It could have been exhausting. You could be very, very tired. But what I'm getting is that there is some sort of burden that's going to be released for you. And this is going to free up so much of your energy. Not only that, with Gula Healing and Benzai Zen Beauty, I'm really getting this strong sense of being in the sun, like literal sun energy, and a feeling of, okay, well, you're going to be able to, I'm just seeing you socializing more outside with other people, literally that. And I feel like this is going to be really good. It's going to give you the opportunity to spark ideas off of people. It's going to give you the opportunity to think things through in a different way, bouncing ideas off people. So it could have been the business has been very quiet. Maybe, some of you there could be a seasonal aspect to something that you do, either recreationally or professionally. And because we've been through in the northern hemisphere, we've been through the winter months, that could have meant that you've not been able to do certain things. Obviously that isn't winter specific, so wherever you are, it just feels like there is this seasonal change brings you the opportunity to recommence something. but also this moment of peace. For others of you, that could actually be the reverse. So you could have been pushing really, really hard, and now it's going to be your off season. And this off season gives you the opportunity to rest and recuperate. I love that. Okay, let's get some tarot. Blessings coming in for pile number 1, please. So, but we'll take them. We've got the 2 of Pentacles, and we've got the 5 of Pentacles, Judgment, the Emperor, 5 of Wands, the Magician. Ooh, this is big energy, and the phrase that came through, this is like standing your ground on something. The message that's coming through is like you would rather do this by yourself than compromise yourself, if that makes sense. Let's get this message through for you. You're definitely, one of your big blessings is this opportunity to pause and to take some time to balance and recharge. We've got the 2 of Pentacles come out here. You can see all the little bunnies on this card. And at this time of year, obviously, this is quite synonymous with rabbits, with hares, in the UK at least. It's like you've been given an opportunity here. That your blessing might... I mean, this is good stuff. This is all good stuff. However, your blessing might not look like a literal blessing in the immediate moment. But really what I'm seeing, I feel like you're going to be presented with an opportunity or something. Somebody's going to present you with an opportunity. And it's almost like you could have spent so long sort of working through this, trying to work things out. Perhaps people haven't been supportive of you, and perhaps you felt very alone. So now when somebody sort of tries to do you down or put you down or says something that is, and this sounds like something that's happened before. It could be a family dynamic, extended family dynamic, extended friendship circle, or even the people on like social media. The message that's coming through is like, you are not going to be taking their BS anymore. You know, this is you standing in the power of judgment, the Emperor and the Magician. You're going to see with so much clarity what it is that it's like owning what it is that you want and not settling for what isn't, not compromising, not sacrificing, not lessening your integrity. This is like you standing in your integrity. That's how it feels. And it's because of all the work that you've put in. I feel like you're going to see the beauty in an opportunity. And if other people are naysaying or whatever, you know, it's like you know for yourself. You know, we've got the full moon in Taurus here with your dreams need a practical plan. So through Aries season, because we've just come into Aries season at the time of this reading, through Aries season, you could be going through this planning phase. And then by the time you've got to Taurus season, it could be a brilliant time for you to implement that plan. We do have the Magician and Judgment here. So I feel like you have the skills, the ability, and the knowledge and the wherewithal to do this. And then there could be people that maybe want to cause conflict, maybe people that want to cause drama. But with this Emperor here, it's like you're standing firm. And it feels like there is success coming in. And so there's almost this energy of remembering who it was that turned their back on you when the success comes in. And I'm really getting just with this take time to breathe out and the Gula healing card, you know, just try and release that energy. you don't have to forget what happened, but just try and release it from your field so you're not carrying that with you. It's not at the forefront of everything that you're doing. And you're probably saying, well, it isn't, but it feels like when this success, when this opportunity comes in, when this good thing happens for you, and it does feel like it's connected to something that you've either been waiting for or you've worked towards, whether that's a promotion. For some of you, it might be a promotion or a new job, and there was maybe extra responsibility, and there could be other people that just like, oh, there's no way you can do that, or are you sure? There is this sense of doubt, external doubt, but you're not letting this rock you, because you've been working towards this. You're at your point of claiming this. But I also feel it comes with this opportunity to balance and heal in other areas of your life. So another of the blessings that's coming in is like you've got this other opportunity, but there's also this opportunity to heal something from the past. So for some of you, this could be a literal opportunity to heal a relationship where somebody's coming forwards with an apology, perhaps. I'm going to get some more class on that. Maybe they're coming through with an apology, or maybe they're coming through to have a conversation with you. And, this is you sort of saying, well, thanks. I don't need it, but I'll take it. And it offers you some kind of peace. Let's see for you. Let's just clarify this, the two things. So let's clarify this Five of Wands, please. What was that one? The Knight of Swords. Okay. I'm going to put a bit more. Pile number one, I feel like you could have been waiting for something for a long time. Like you haven't been able to rush at things, especially with this Taurus energy. Now, Taurus, I'm a Sun, Moon Taurus. Taurus is notoriously stubborn, but that's not their soul quality. They're steadfast. They can be very diligent. They can be logical, and they get things done. They do what needs to be done, and they get things done. And it might not be the quickest that needs to be done. It is a fixed earth energy, but they get things done. Now, you could have felt for like some time that you have not had many opportunities come your way. You might have seen other people having the opportunities, the fulfillment that it is that you've been wanting or waiting for. But there is a shift here. There is a shift in the energy that is going to give you the opportunity to move forwards. That's going to give you the opportunity to take action on something. And this is going to be, I don't think you're expecting this. I feel like this is an unexpected sort of blessing coming in for you. And it comes through, it's something that you've been waiting or wanting for a really long time. And there's almost like just, it's like an overnight change. All of a sudden, bang, there it is. And you're like, what? And there could be other people that I really want to get more on this. These other people. Yes. Okay. So for some of you, this could be to do with love. And there could be naysayers. So it could be a message, could be communication from somebody, but this could also be a job offer or an opportunity. You've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles that's come out. So this is saying to me that there could have been a lot of patience. You could have been really diligently just chipping away, building something gradually, slowly, definitely that Taurian energy. And you could see the progress, when I don't know if you guys know, I do wood carving. And, you can go and check that out on my Instagram. Carving anything by hand, bear with me on this one. Carving anything by hand takes an incredibly long time. Doing it precisely, accurately, not making mistakes, not taking a huge chunk of material out and just ruining the whole thing. It takes time. You know, this Three of Pentacles is this gentleman, he's building a cathedral, and he's very, very carefully and dutifully carving the stonework. This is something that you have been working on, designing, crafting, planning, thinking about for some time. You might not have taken action on it yet, and if so, it's just that you've been thinking, dreaming, coming up with ideas about how you can do this. And it's almost like through spring, you're going to get this opportunity to do something. Now, for some of you, this could be to do with love, and it could be from somebody from the past, maybe somebody you thought things were meant to be with, but then they didn't work out. There is almost a sense of somebody reaching out with a message. This could also be somebody that you're separated from, and it could have been quite a I don't want to say long-term separation. It feels like you were together a long time and then separated, and there is an opportunity here for conversation about that. Let's get a little more on that. Six of Pentacles, yeah. I would really take whatever somebody says to you. Judge their deeds, not their words, is what I'm getting, with the Six of Pentacles coming out in the reverse, with the Two of Cups coming out in the reverse. There could be some question over finances. This could also be the opportunity, so it doesn't just have to be love with the Two of Cups. It could be an opportunity that's coming forward to you. You might have felt like you didn't have the finances to come forward in the past. I want to know how it's going to go, this Spirit. How is this a blessing? Okay. With the Page of Swords coming out in the reverse as well, then Justice and the Ace of Swords, there is definitely a way through this. We've got Judgment here. So what I think is you're getting this clarity. One of your blessings is clarity about the situation. And it feels like if you've been just in a very steady state, moving forwards, but there's no real excitement, you know? You might have felt like because of finances, you haven't been able to throw yourself completely or fully into something. I feel like that's what's changing. I feel like you're going to be making these incremental changes, and you're going to be able to move forwards. And there is going to be, you know, we've got the Ace of Swords and Justice here. And I'm very drawn to the fact that we've got some repeating symbology. You've got this hand holding the sword up twice. You know, there could be an idea or just a shift in mindset, something that brings you clarity. I'm also drawn to the hand holding the scales, which is repeated in the Six of Pentacles. So where things felt imbalanced before, perhaps finances, perhaps you didn't feel you were in a position to pursue this dream, to pursue a relationship, to focus on a relationship because of finances or whatever it may be. It feels like there's a turn in the energy here. There is an opportunity, and it feels like it comes with a dose of clarity. The Hierophant, the Tower, the Seven of Wands, the King of Wands. Yeah. More Taurian energy. It feels like April's going to be, you know, Taurus season through April into May is going to be a really important time for you. Either that or whether you're a Taurus. I'm strongly guessing here that with the Hierophant and the Tower, I honestly feel like the blessing is you could be seeing people dealing with stuff that maybe they criticized you for. Maybe it's you've prepared yourself. I feel like one of your real blessings, and like I said, this might not seem like a real blessing, which I find really annoying, but it is a blessing. It's a blessing that is something that's paid off. You did something and now it's paying off. And it feels like it was because you've done it in a calm and balanced way. With the Eight of Wands in reverse, you didn't just throw all of your energy and tension into something, you know, really, really quickly. But now there is an opportunity coming through for you where you are being able to move quickly. because there is something that you've completed. It's like you've built a solid foundation. And I genuinely feel, whereas other people could have the potential to deal with whatever change this is that's coming, it could be far more difficult for them. I feel like you've built the defenses, or you've sort of safeguarded, or you were prepared for the worst. I'm getting, it's like you were prepared for the worst, but now your blessing is that you're going to get what it is that you wanted. And it's because you've been faithful to your dreams. And now you get to appreciate the beauty and richness of what it is that you've been working on. Wowzers. I'm going to do some charms quickly. I wasn't sure if I was going to do some runes, but I'm going to do some charms quickly. This can be a little bit noisy, so if you're wearing headphones, I might just suggest you take them off just for a second. Okay. My little bottle here, and my little bottle used to have a message in it that said "I love you." Now that's gone, and I don't know why. I do not know how that's happened. But that always speaks to me of like a message in a bottle. So I definitely feel like there is a message coming through for you. I love me. I feel like this is you giving yourself a very big, well-deserved pat on the back for what it is, this preparation that you've done. It's not something that you could have done overnight, pile number one. This is something that you have very carefully done. Now, whether this is your own self-belief and self-worth, investing in yourself, whether or not this is building, maybe you've had money put aside so that you could buy a house or finance a business or a car or go on a trip around the world or something. You might have had to make sacrifices that other people didn't understand, and other people could have even criticized or ridiculed you for. But now you're in a position where you can fully enjoy the fruits of your efforts. But it is something that's over a long time. And I feel like this is you appreciating you. And if not, then you should appreciate you. Manaz, the rune of self and the rune of mankind, definitely. This is a time when you are focused on you, but focused on the things that you enjoy doing. Most definitely. We've got the cherries and my little drinks picture here. Both of these, to me, are synonymous with like garden parties or picnics or going outside. So I would definitely say spending time in nature could be really positive and beneficial. But again, like I said at the very beginning of the reading, it felt like having that opportunity to socialize with people outside, which you might not have been able to do again. So maybe this is like a family or friends party or barbecue or something. Over the next couple of months could be where this, this big shift happens, where you realize that your hard work is paying off or has paid off, or somebody gives you that opportunity. With Manas, definitely, I know I've already touched on this, but I didn't feel like it was fully finished. This is all about self-belief. And again, self-appreciation is the way this is coming through with this I love me. Take time to appreciate and give gratitude for the sacrifices that you've made, but also just how far your persistence and diligence has brought you. We've got the little Toro motorbike here. I'm really getting travel for some of you. This specifically is like a Toro motorbike, if I've got that right. And it's just coming through with this message of you being able to go out, have fun, and do some of the things that you've been wanting to do. So travel could definitely be on the cards here. Now, interestingly, you've got this chain, and it was inside this little cross. Some of you may feel bound to a certain way of doing things because of a particular faith. My chains always indicate being bound to something, very much indicated on the devil card and the traditional tarot. But and also the binding of Fenrir, there is this feeling of still being bound to something that perhaps feels outdated in your life. And I'm not saying that's religion, but it could be a set of ideals. Perhaps, it's a belief like all money is evil, or money is the root of all evil. Things like that, those kinds of outdated beliefs, that things that could have been weighed upon you since childhood. It feels like these are being challenged at the moment. Savilo, I love this. This is another rune. And again, as we were getting with the Ace of Wands and the Justice card, this really strong sword-like energy, this Ace of Swords, I really feel like you could have an unexpected shift in mindset, epiphany, opportunity, something. There's some sort of catalyst in your life, and something that's going to come through. And like I said, it could be a surprise. You may not see it coming. It could be when you least expect it, but it's going to be good for you. We've got the treble clef here, so again, indicating music. So perhaps live music is going to be really important to you. Perhaps just appreciating music, going out, dancing, singing, or even just doing those things at home. Appreciating the joy of the music that you love. And then we've got this old pound coin here. Now this speaks to me about old money. So for some of you, you could be receiving some kind of inheritance, coming into money in some sort of a way. And again, it could be unexpected. So for some of you, the blessing could be unexpected money, most definitely, that finally gives you the opportunity to quickly move forwards with something that you've been waiting to do for a long time. But it's really going to accelerate you on your life path, not just enjoying in the present moment, but also beyond that, because it feels like this blessing, that this money, this opportunity, this realization, revelation, or idea, it propels you forwards. And this is like a turning point. It's not just a quick thing. This is a true turning point in your life, and it feels like it's going to be very, very positive. So pile number 1, I'm going to leave this here for you, but as a reminder, personal readings are available if you would like one. All of my information is in the description box below, and thank you for spending your time with me. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like and share, but it's not necessary. And I'll send you all my love, and I'll see you again really, really soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi there, pile number 2. If you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. You were called to the Howlite today. And we're going to be asking what blessings are coming through for you at the change of the season. We're just entering into spring, so it's a star today at the time of this reading, but you can watch it at any point through spring or autumn, depending on whether you're in the north or southern hemisphere. We've got your oracle cards here, but as a reminder, personal readings are available, as well as all my artwork and other things that I create and sell, and all of my links for those are below. Please watch out for scammers. So you've got Epona, wise leadership in the reverse, Iris, communication, school, the future in reverse. Don't need these. Meditate and contemplate with the new moon in Pisces. Don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. And isolation. Now let's get this. I feel like there is a situation from the past where you perhaps took some advice that you wish you hadn't have taken. Perhaps you listened to somebody, and one of the blessings now, this could be somebody else as well, so take how it resonates. There is communication coming through. There is clear communication coming through to, it feels like, correct a situation. Now, this could be a separation between people. It could be a disagreement between people. It doesn't have to be romance related at all. But there is some kind of solid communication coming through here to correct some sort of situation for you. And where it says, don't let pride get in your way, I feel like you may need some time to reflect upon this, because I'm not getting a time scale as to how long this situation might have gone on for. Perhaps you've been waiting in silence for a very long time, but I'm really getting like you might need some time to really digest what is being said or what's happened. But ultimately, this is for the greatest good. I feel like where this situation could have up to this point sort of held you in a position where you weren't able to maybe think about the future too far, or you just felt very, very hurt because it changed your future vision. There's going to be clarity, healing, but also this opportunity to kind of it feels like move on, or move forwards might be a better choice of words. An opportunity to move forwards. With pride, don't let pride get in your way. We'll get more of this, but yeah, this is why I'm getting, you might need some time to reflect, to pause, and to not literally let pride get in your way. Especially if you're being offered something that you wanted, but you're still really angry. And if that's the case, this is when we need to meditate and contemplate and take that time, maybe, taking that time by yourself just to really, truly process an experience, or release an experience, or decide, perhaps this communication is the blessing of closure, We've got the King of Pentacles. Blessings for pile 2, please. We've got one. The moon. It was hidden. That little moon was hidden. Come on, what else for pile 2, please? Judgment. Page of Swords. Okay. I'm really getting, like, you could have been waiting for some time. And there's almost like this sense of like, yeah, of course I knew you'd come back. Of course I would. Of course I did. Or I knew this would happen. Oh, it's interesting energy. Okay. I don't feel like you've seen the whole of a situation, perhaps. I feel like somebody's going to come forwards and try to offer their side of the story. And they could have been waiting a long time to do this. With this Page of Swords, they could have been strategizing, trying to work out the best way to approach you, the best way to explain themselves, the best way to communicate, or the words to find. That's something that could have been lacking. Equally, this could have been you. This could be your energy. Take it as it resonates. So there could have been this time where you've just kind of been patiently waiting, either for somebody to come forwards, or you've been trying to gather it together how you're going to communicate. But I feel like what we've got going on here is like the blessing of clarity. And I feel like this is a clarity that pulls things back together as opposed to tearing them apart. And I feel like there could be fear right now that, with the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, that any kind of change to the situation could just make things worse. But deep down, the way these Ten of Pentacles are etched into these tree roots, it feels like something that has been, it's almost stood the test of time in some way. So maybe this is love, maybe this is appreciation, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's family, maybe it's friendship, maybe it's career, business partnership. But the blessing that's coming through is clarity. And it feels like proper clarity as well. I don't feel like this is clarity that suddenly comes to you. This feels like clarity that's given to you from somebody else. I feel like this blessing coming through, and again, take it as it resonates, because you might very much be in that place of, I want to be the person that reaches out and shares how I'm feeling. That could be your energy. Or I need to make this situation right. But for others of you, I feel like this is the other person's energy where, you might not have known what to do with this Two of Swords, but there is a bigger picture here. There is a bigger picture beyond what has happened, and an opportunity to, I don't want to say it does feel a bit like second chance energy, but it feels like a deepening of something. So whatever it is, it's almost like, it feels a bit like a mini tower. It was like you were working on something and then something went wrong. And somebody could have removed themselves with the Seven of Swords. They could remove themselves, removed assets, removed energy, whatever it was. There could have been a temporary pause in order to let the dust settle, in order to prevent it from getting any worse. That there could have needed to be some distance. But now what's happening is this reconnection. And it feels like, for some of you, perhaps you do your own divination practices. I'm getting this quite strongly. Some of you might do your own divination practices. You might, read tarot or cast runes or just get intuitive messages. And I feel like you felt like there was a blockage with this. There was something that was in the way. And I feel like actually there was one of these blessings with this iris communication is being able to shift your emotional state from being fixated, because I think when you, maybe if you were a reader perhaps and you read cards on this, perhaps you didn't get the answers that you wanted, or not the answers you wanted, but you physically couldn't get answers. It wasn't clear. And that's because it was kind of this person had to come to their own realization so that they can come to you and present what it is they need to say and do. And I'm getting here, I've just realized that there is this snail. There's this teeny tiny little snail here. This person could have taken their time to get to this point of clarity and make their decisions, and with all the poppies here, it's reminding me of the Wizard of Oz, and obviously they're, they can be quite sedatory. So that there's this thought here of maybe you've just been watching or thinking, like, what are you doing? Why aren't you taking action? Why aren't you, there could have been a lot of frustration from you. The blessing that's coming in is this big shift and change. And this person's realization and deciding that they're going to make the situation right, or you decide that you're going to make the situation right and approach them. And for some of you, this could be you coming out of this state of what feels like, it could feel like delusion, it could feel like a deep sleep or a bad dream or something. And there's this energy of like waking up and suddenly realizing, like smelling the roses and going, oh my God, I know what I need to do. So it could be either or. Let's get some clarification. You've got 3 that wanted to come through. Wow. Justice, the Chariot, and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, exactly that. Somebody is so ready for this, whether it's silence, separation, distance, stagnancy, whatever it is, they're ready for this to be over, whether it's you or them, and they're going to take action. And this is going to be really, really positive with the Chariot here. So there could be somebody coming back towards you to end a difficult cycle, to end a difficult chapter in your life. And again, now when this person comes back, you might decide that this isn't what you want, this person isn't what you want, or the situation isn't what you want. But there is something about, for others of you, it could be reconnecting. But what it symbolizes is the end of what could have been a very difficult and potentially lonely phase of your life. And it gives you the opportunity to heal. And this healing isn't just like, oh, okay then, well, that's fine. It's big. It's almost, with the Justice card coming out, it feels more like, is that Justice or Judgment? Yeah. And these 2 came out for pile 1 as well. Exactly the same combination. And these cards have been shuffled and shuffled and shuffled, but it's different energy. This person's coming back, and it's you don't need their judgment to bring you justice. It's like you don't need it, but in some way it helps. And for some of you, it could just be the clarity you need, the closure you need in order to move on. And it's like, okay, I'm done with this now. This is okay. I'm happy. I'm done. Let's get some more like the big blessing here, please. Yeah, for some of you, this really is an opportunity to walk away. For others of you, it's walking away from the way things were and finding new ways to do stuff, new ways to make this Ten of Pentacles. For others of you, this could really be the blessing of closure. And at that point, you can kind of go, oh, do you know what? That's it. It's done. It's over. And this could be in all different things in life. There could be legal matters being put to rest. You know, agreements of some kind that are finally settled. But whatever it is, you're walking towards something much more satisfying and fulfilling. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Whether this is a shift to a new person, a new relationship, a new job role, a new country for some of you, it's going to be a good thing. This communication coming in, or the communication you're going to give, it could be an apology, it could be an opportunity or an offer, but it is going to be a really good thing, and it's going to bring you a lot of success. You are going to find success from it, whether this is a new long-term relationship, or finally just leaving closing the book on the past, and realizing that as soon as you've done that, that blessing is that you shift your energy. And then when you've done that, you know, the universe doesn't like a void. So if you've then shifted your energy and it's like, oh, it's done, that's gone, like it's I can close that chapter, then something new comes in, you know. And there could have been silence for a really long time. I'm just drawn back to this moon card. You've got this snake waiting in the grass and more snails. There is really this emphasis on the fact that you could have been waiting. And I feel like the big blessing for you is no longer waiting. You know, take that in whichever way it resonates for you. But you're no longer waiting. You are now in this state of closure or completeness with this Ten of Swords. A chapter in your life is complete, and whatever way you move forwards, it's going to be a beautiful new beginning, and you're going to be successful. Let's get some charms for you. Sorry, this can be quite noisy, so if you're wearing headphones, you might want to take them off. Okay. We've got the Thor's hammer, so the Mjolnir. Interestingly, we've got Thurisas as well. And although I connect these two both through Thor, the god Thor, so there is a great sense of, you've got a lot of runes actually. There is a great sense here of reconnecting with yourself. It's like you've now got the energy and the strength to move forwards. With Manas and Bjarkan, that there is this sense of personal growth, of taking action. In the past, perhaps you were almost prevented from taking action. Perhaps you felt like you couldn't move forwards, but now you're going to be able to do so. This opportunity, this release, it's giving you the chance to grow. Yeah, and I've just spotted this one. This is like my ball and chain charm. You could have felt really strongly chained to somebody or something, a situation, for a very long time. It could be an obligation, it could be a contract of some kind, or something that you had to fulfill. And yeah, we've got the Kraken here. It could have felt like it was going to drag you to the deep. You know, perhaps you've been through a phase of depression through this time. You know, you're going to be given the opportunity to move on now. But it's moving on for yourself in your strength towards something good. There is this opportunity for growth and beauty and newness. I've got like this boombox thing. Again, there could be a focus on music, but I'm really feeling like for some of you, if you were 80s babies like me, then maybe there is somebody coming back from, you know, like those years of your life. And this doesn't have to be romantic, because I'm pretty sure this is my best friend's charm. So there could definitely be, I'm really getting this strong sense of some sort of feud is the word that's coming through, being put to rest. There is healing, some sort of feud being put to rest, and you being able to move forwards. We've got the star here. So yes, definitely there is this new potential. There is this new dream, healing, and an opportunity to move on. I always associate this one with Easter. So, perhaps around Easter, which isn't that far away now, there could be some sort of opportunity for change, but also Easter represents new life, new growth, and just this time of year, OSTARA today, very much symbolizes that through the spring. So even if you're in the southern hemisphere and you're going into autumn, it could very much be this kind of energy, stepping into new beginnings. Your blessing most definitely holds a new beginning in whatever way it manifests, but it comes from a point of clarity and closure with the past. And again, if it was something that you felt like you couldn't move on, this is going to help you really to get over that. And again, we've got this old pound coin, so there could be money coming forwards to you. Perhaps somebody, I'm actually getting the message with this, is there is some sort of debt that could be settled. Now, this could be an energetic debt. It could be, I'm just being really drawn to like this, the colours on this. I'm sure you probably can't see, but there's a lot of discoloration on this coin. And there is this kind of gold and brown patina, which matches this full moon. And I was just really drawn to the fact that it looked very, very similar. It was pulling my focus back to this card. Don't let pride get in your way. If there's some sort of debt that perhaps you feel like you need to settle in order to move on, maybe that's going to help give you that closure to move forwards. And I think I'm going to leave this here for you, pile number 2. But I really, really hope this is a really positive season and experience for you. I hope it sees the return of so much light and beauty into your life. And I hope this reading assisted you. Please, by all means, feel free to get in touch if you'd like a personal reading, if you'd like to see the prints and all the other things that I do and create and sell. But thank you for being here. Feel free to like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed this. But just sending you all my love, and I'll see you in another reading. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi there, pile number 3. If you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. You were called to the selenite today. Very good for clearing, for connected with the energies of the moon, and just with working with those intentions and releasing. And I think we're coming up for new moon, and obviously it's OSTARA today. So working with the lunar energy could really be helpful for you. We have a number of oracle cards here, so I'm going to go through and do those. But please remember, this is a collective reading, and if you'd like a personal reading, those are available. All of my official information is in the description box below, and please be mindful of impersonators and scammers, not just of me, but many other accounts too. Let's get into it. Okay, so we've got the root portal, which is the root chakra. The answers you need are coming. Step out of your comfort zone. Yuki, honor, stillness, and then we've got Bridget, creative spark in the reverse. Now, Bridget is one of my favorite goddesses. She is everything she symbolizes in its vast and eclectic, from blacksmiths to midwifery. She is incredible, and she's very, very, very much connected to Imbolc, which was probably about 6 weeks ago. It's the beginning of February normally. Now we've just come to the point of balance with the equinox. What I'm getting here, I feel like you've been waiting for a sign. I feel like you've been waiting for a message. There is some sort of impulse, desire, dream. Could be something creative that you'd like to do. For some of you, it could be it could just be that creative energy, feeling your own life force, that spark of life within. Perhaps you've been feeling a little lackluster. Maybe you haven't felt like you've had masses of energy. I feel like there is going to be this stepping out. One of your big blessings is stepping out of this feeling of being stuck in survival mode. Being stuck in that, just the grind, the hustle of day to day. And feeling this sense of levity. You might be like, oh, okay. Maybe I don't need to hustle like that. Maybe there is another way of balancing these things. And you do have a really beautiful blessing coming in, but I feel like you've been waiting for a sign that it's time to go, you know, that it's time to take action, that it's time to do the thing. And, you know, the phrase that's coming through with Yuki Onna here is be still and know. It feels like that knowing is going to come from within. And it's not going to come from any source outside of you. It feels like coming to a piece of quiet within is going to allow that sign, that feeling of, yeah, it's time. And you might not feel, it might come from your higher self as like a feeling of, yeah, it's time, as a message, as the confirmation, the guidance that you need. But then when it comes through and you're like, but what? I don't know if I'm ready to do this, especially as the root portal comes through. So there is this feeling of potentially anxiety about doing something new, trying something new, pushing yourself with something new. For some of you, it could be, I was just seeing like a fitness regime of some kind. Maybe it's starting something new for you. And you've been feeling a bit anxious about that. But I feel like you're going to get this confirmation, this inner confirmation. And at that point, your higher self is going to kind of, it's going to be more than nudging you forwards. It's going to be, yeah, I can feel the sense of like them you know, like the sort of elbow in your back. Come on, you can do this. And then you're going to go and do it. And it's going to be really, really positive for you. Let's see, let's get some more. Let's get some specifics. For pile 3, please. I think I have the deck upside down. Yes, I do. My apologies. I'm actually going to put those back and I'm going to start over because I only read this deck in the upright. Sorry, pile number 3. For some of you, maybe that's a message that, you know, sometimes you play your hand, but it's not quite right. And it doesn't mean that you don't do it again. So for pile number 3, please. And they still jumped out in the reverse, of course. Okay. And what else, please, for pile number 3? Okay. You've got a lot of major arcana here. You've got the Hangman, the Devil, the Strength card, and the Magician card. They're both in the reverse. Okay, you've got the Three of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Devil here. There is something that you could have really, really wanted to do. And I almost feel like you've been holding yourself back. It does feel like you've been holding yourself back. Now, these yellow flowers, I have no idea what they are, but I'm getting the narcissist flower. I'm trying to decipher the message coming through. I feel like you've been paused for a long time, either feeling like you're spinning your wheels or just looking at your reflection and wondering, you know, whether it is that you're good enough to do this, whether or not you're good enough to move forwards with this. And that in itself has become like this devil energy. Maybe there has been something literal holding you back. But it does feel like, you know, and we've got the Page of Pentacles, Strength, and the Magician in the reverse. I feel like this is the release of, yeah, because the Page of Pentacles is this message and waiting for this message, this confirmation coming through. And it's almost like as soon as I get this message, this exterior validation from the universe, from family, friends, partner, whoever it is, as soon as I hit this point, as soon as I get this many likes or this many subscribers or this many blah, 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 at that point, I will do this. And this is literally saying no. No, you're going to do this anyway. I want to get one more. No, just one more, please, Spirit, just to clarify this energy. Okay, 2 more. Yes. The Ace of Swords and Temperance. there could definitely have been a pause, a time when you needed to take things gently in order to heal, and then all of a sudden some sort of divine message, but it's not coming from the place you expect. It's not coming from an outer source. It's not coming from outer validation. It's coming from this place of your own inner knowing. I'm really drawn to the fact that there are moths on both of these. So perhaps at night, perhaps you lie in bed. Maybe this is where you're getting doubts. I really feel like you're going to have some kind of revelation at night, or some kind of realization. It could be a dream. It could be a dream, some kind of message. It could come through from a face that you recognize, but definitely a higher self message. And I feel like this message is going to be the nudge that you needed to shift you forwards and to help you step out of this energy of feeling really stuck, wondering, doubting, questioning, dissecting, yourself, your past, everything that you've been trying to do. There is this kind of, your blessing feels like a really massive inner shift that just kind of gets you out of one flow of energy and completely into another very, very quickly. And it does feel like an overnight change with these moths. It feels like there's this overnight shift in you. You could have a dream, wake up and just feel like a completely different person, or it could be the answer that you were waiting for, the clarity, the way a lot of the readings today were about clarity, but you could just have this sudden realization or see the pathway ahead and know which direction you needed to go. But it feels like this is coming from within. It's not from anywhere outside of you. This is coming from within you. Blessings, please, for pile number 3. Ace of Swords again. That does not surprise me. We've got the 4 of Wands and the King of Swords. The Ace of Swords, the 7 of Cups, the 3 of Wands again, and the World. It's like the energy feels like you've been holding yourself. You've almost felt stuck or bound to something. Bound to yourself, perhaps a way of life, a self-identification. And all of a sudden, this Ace of Swords comes in, is just like, let's just clear all that away, cut the weeds down, and this is what you see. This is what you're left with. I feel like there is a victory assured here, but it's a victory over the self. It's a shift and realizing. Whereas before you maybe would only have seen one way forwards, or had one idea on what you wanted to be or what you wanted to do or things that you could do. All of a sudden, there is this opening of your potential, like an expansion of your inner bandwidth. And at that point, you kind of just go, whoa, like there is a lot more here. I haven't even started yet. There is so much more for me to be, have, say, do, achieve and share that you haven't even started yet. And this is powerful. Your blessing comes from I really feel like it might be a dream or some sort of message, something you wake up to. Maybe you wake up and the radio's playing, or I don't know, but it really feels like in your dream space. Maybe it's just daydreaming and you just have this idea and you're like, oh, that's it. That's it. That's so it. Yeah, I knew there was something else. The Knight of Wands and the 5 of Cups. I really feel like this is you pulling yourself out of this 5 of Cups energy. Your blessing is really to be able to move forwards with something, to have this new start, this fresh start, but it feels like something that's coming from within you. So you could be shaking off some kind of like ick. That's the only way I can describe it. I'm sorry, pile number 3. It's almost like this feeling of ick, like, oh, I was drawn to the moths, and moths are underrated. They go through their own transformational process just as butterflies do, and yet receive half the recognition or admiration for doing so. There is this sense of transformation at night. For others of you, perhaps you've got an opportunity to learn something, or there is something that you can do in the evening to help you transform. Maybe it's learning a new skill, but I feel like you are going to gain so much more confidence, especially if you felt like that's something that was lacking. With this Knight of Wands, you're going to have the confidence to move forwards now. And there is this real sense of something connected to evenings, to night, to your dreams that is going to help you shift. I would really strongly recommend connecting with your higher self through meditation, if that's something you've done before, or if not, there is some amazing meditations on YouTube that are free that you can do to help you connect with your higher self. And that could be a really incredible eye-opening experience for you. But your blessing is this reconnection with a deeper part of yourself and the reawakening of your own inner magic that you're going to be able to do something with in the tangible world. This isn't just, I know I'm a deeply spiritual being and I know there is so much more to this life beyond where I am, but I still have don't know. This changes you. This shifts you forwards. And you are all of those things, but this is quite a pivotal moment within your inner world, within your inner understanding. And I feel like it's going to be a really sort of positive and beautiful thing for you. And I get the sense that you could have been doubting, you could have been anxious, and just thinking, just been in a bit of a space with it all. Very much this hangman devil energy. It's like I'm stuck here, I'm swinging here, and I'm just going to be stuck here for how long? I'm also going to look at the meaning of narcissus flowers and what they look like. I don't think these are narcissus flowers at all. I just don't recognize what these flowers would be, and they feel very, very important. As well, I just need to come back to this hangman card. Okay. In Nordic mythology, there is a squirrel called Ratatosk who runs up and down Yggdrasil, and he passes insults between the eagle at the very top and I think it's the stags or the Nidhogg at the very bottom around the roots. But either way, he's kind of this messenger. He's cheeky. He's a bit of a cheeky chap, and I'm just getting that there could have been parts of you that have been really down on yourself, or you've been calling yourself names, not so nice names, or just doubting yourself in some way. But I was just really drawn to that because there's almost this sense of like inner critic or inner self-talk, and I feel like really connecting with the higher self is this blessing that helps you to overcome that, and you see the magic as it appears in your life, in your world. So let's get some charms. Let's do some charms for you. This can be a little bit noisy, but if you are wearing headphones, it might be worthwhile just taking them off just for a moment. Okay, the dice landed on 3. Perhaps 3 is significant for you. We've had Manas come out again, and I feel like the Manas rune has come out for every single pile today, actually. This reminds me of a wedding car, and you've got the 4 of Wands here. For some of you, just supposing this might be one person's message, you could have been in a situation and perhaps you were thinking it wasn't really progressing. This could be you feeling like you've got cold feet. Maybe you don't want to move towards marriage, and perhaps there is this sudden realization, a sudden change of heart. Could definitely be that kind of energy, but in some ways that there could be a wedding to look forward to, or something that you want to look forward to. We've got this button here. This reminds me of Saxon imagery of all kinds of things. I'm getting Chambord for some of you. I'm not sure if you've ever drunk Chambord, but perhaps there is a relevance to that for you. But it reminds me of like a Saxon brooch, and it's really the things that we hold value to. This is a reminder that what's important and valuable to you as a person, as a human, that's important to you. Nobody can take that away from you. And with the dream big, coming out, yeah, definitely, you've got a big dream. There is something here that you want to progress with, and there has been this sense of holding yourself back. I love that I've just spotted that we've got the lightning pin coming out. There is going to be a catalyst that shifts you forwards, this big inner shift that's shifting you towards your dreams. And it's like you finally feel like you can do this, like you can have this, like you can be this. It's like a new sense of awakening. We've got the peace symbol here, so I would definitely, if you feel stressed or overwhelmed, maybe going into meditation or trying to build in a meditation or mindfulness practice could help. Finding that sense of inner peace. We've got the little magic tree here. So perhaps for some of you, a car is important. We do have the car come out twice. We don't have the chariot, but we do have the car twice. So there could be some sort of relevance to your car, perhaps a new car. Maybe that's one of the dreams that you have. We've got this little Elsa charm here. And obviously, you know, she's synonymous with the phrase "let it go" and her own personal revelations through those films. Perhaps, just perhaps, there is this sort of Ice Queen exterior that you've been holding on to that you know, regardless of gender, that it's time to let go of, or just these outdated visions of self. You know, in every film, I know this is random when we're going into children's films here, but in every one of those films, there are very, very deep messages about personal discovery, about personal transformation, about realization, about finding yourself. This is it. One of your big blessings is finding yourself. And every time Elsa finds herself, she changes her, she looks completely different. And somebody like Sven comes along and we're like, oh, wow, what did you do? Did you cut your hair? You know, and it's a very typical sort of thing to say. But, you know, she's undergone this huge transformation. So it does feel like, again, with that moth process, I still feel like, you know, you're like, yeah, but I'm not going to be a beautiful butterfly, am I? I'm still going to be a moth. No. There is so much beauty and power in you. And this is just about unleashing it and finding it and owning it. We've got this little purple heart here. This may be particularly relevant for you. It can be synonymous with bravery and with courage, but I'm also just getting, it's got this really beautiful purple satin finish. Just like, be gentle, allow that delicate nature and recognizing your own sort of regalness almost. We've got the treble clef, so music could be very important to you. I'm getting the phrase face the music, but I feel like this is the music of yourself. But definitely, I'm almost seeing like some of you, maybe you want to sing, or there's an opportunity to sing or express yourself, your voice. And for some reason, you might be quite intimidated by that, but you're going to find that inner zeal to go and do it, and you will do it. We've got this kind of crazy kraken, octopus, squid energy here. Again, feeling like being held. Something's been held in the darkness for a very long time with all these moths, and I really feel like this wisdom, this is going to come to the surface, and you're going to feel a great sense of being freed by it. We have this lovely little bead that reminds me of the sun. I feel like this is a wish. I really do. I feel like this is a wish coming true for you. It's the only way that I can describe it. It's you're going to transform. You're going to shift from within yourself. But as you do that, your entire world shifts around you. And it really, really feels like you are going to get this complete change, this wish coming true. It could be a wedding for some of you, but for others it's, I don't know what this wish is for you, but yeah, it's something big, and it's something that you've wanted, and it could have wanted it for a very long time. And then we've got this unicorn here, and this unicorn in the ring, and I really feel like you perhaps haven't recognized your own uniqueness, your own magic. And this blessing is absolutely about you realizing that. There could be, for some of you, you have this inner shift. I'm just getting this message that I'll share just before I wrap up. But for some of you, as you have this inner shift, it's like you've been looking for your own unicorn, but you find your inner unicorn, your inner uniqueness and self. And when you recognize that in yourself and what you're bringing to the table, others see that in you, but also you're attracting other people that see that in themselves, you know? So you are going to be attracting potentially somebody that could be long term, that could be marriage material. And that might just be a side message on top of all this beautiful inner growth that you're going to experience, because this does feel really positive. It doesn't feel painful. It doesn't feel like hard life lessons. This feels like beautiful awareness and growth and realizations, but feeling really comfortable in your own skin and transformation. And then, you know, maybe you are going to meet the person that you're going to marry, or maybe that's just confirmation for some of you. But it is really very much about you finding you, and then you're going to express yourself different, and there's a whole load that's just going to change for you. Pile number 3, I love this. I hope this reading assisted you. It was my absolute pleasure to read for you. As always, personal readings are available. All of my information is below, but thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like, share, or subscribe. And I will see you in another reading. Take care and all my love. Bye-bye.